But one of the stories I really liked, and this is Neil Rushton's one of his favourite stories, was the day I found Larry Clinton, and I was only on my second trip, I think, to America, and I knew a guy in Orlando called Bushy. Bushy, his name was. He was a fireman. He used to collect rent in the ghettos of, I think it was Chicago, and he used to have to carry a gun and things. And then he went to Florida to be a fireman, but he had records. He was a good guy. And he took me to see this guy in the sticks in Florida, and he was in the sticks. And I'll never forget this. It's like a really weird day where we went to this guy's house, and they were sitting around this formica table in the kitchen, and there was a kitten walking around the tops and things like that, and he'd have a pile of records, and the kitchen was full of Purple Haze, just hanging there, and they'd been smoking dope all day long. So you can imagine. So you can imagine they were sitting there smoking dope, and all the records on the table were not my thing. They were doo-wop, they were rockabilly. I wanted soul music. So anyway, all of a sudden the cat walks across the table, and the guy picks the cat up, this kitten, and went whang, and he went straight across the kitchen and skidded into the corner. And I thought he had thrown him off the table so he didn't walk on the records. No, he used to pick this cat up, and every time I see him a cockroach, he would throw the cat at the cockroach. And the cockroaches had poison that didn't kill them. But this cat had big bulging eyes. And I remember Bushy saying to him, says, that cat's eyes are not right. He says, oh, it's a cockroach poison. He kills the cockroaches, eats them, and they make his eyes bulge. This is, I don't know, This is only the second time I'd ever been to America. I had flying kittens who were high on cockroach poison. And Purple Haze hanging in the place. People were as high as kites. I went in the other room, and there was that many records just sat on top of this like mantelpiece. And I thought I'd just flick through them. And there's this record by Larry Clinton on Dynamo. I'd never heard of Larry Clinton. I'd never heard of the Dynamo label the way it was. It wasn't the Dynamo label I knew, but it had Jamie Guyton distributors in the corner who were doing Arctic, Filler Soul, etc., etc. So that caught my eye. So I put it on this little portable record player, and I thought that sounds like Edwin Starr. I remember thinking that. It probably didn't sound like Edwin Starr, but that's the only analogy I could come out with. So anyway, I brought it back, and I knew the soul sound would really go mad for that. But I thought, it's got Jamie Guyton on it. He's not going to take it because Jamie Guyton were currently reissuing records.
Right.
So I sat there and I thought, God, I want to get some good money for this because nobody knows it, and it is a good record. So I sat there, and you do stupid things when you're young. I mean, I was only 20, something like 21 maybe.
So
Oh no, I wasn't. I was 23. I was 23, and I got some sellotape, and I wrapped it around my thumb. I've always been ingenious.
Okay.
And I sat the record down, and I kept doing that over the Jamie Guyton logo.
How did you know it was an original then? Was it an original record?
Yeah, it's an original record, but it was Jamie Guyton with his distributors. But Jamie Guyton were accessible. You could say to Jamie Guyton, "Oh, run me off some Volcanoes records, The Laws of Love," and they would do it.
Okay.
So there was a lot of suspicion with that logo on there because it wouldn't stay rare. Soul Sound would make it big, and then somebody would just ring up Jamie Guyton, give me some Larry Clintons, and I'd press them up. That was the sales point, which was going to cost me maybe a £5. Instead of getting 15 quid for it, I would have got 10. So I got this sticker. I was going like that over the Jamie Guyton thing, and eventually it came off. Didn't make too much of a mess of the label either. And I thought, that's really clever, that is. So anyway, he came and he got the record and he bought it. And he took it away with him and played it out for, I think, about 3 weeks. And then Richard Serling bought it from Soul Sam. Soul Sam moved it on. And the rest is history. I mean, it became one of the biggest records in the country. And if it wasn't for the Purple Haze and the cats flying across the kitchen, I wouldn't have gone in that other room.
They're the best moments, though.
I wouldn't have gone in that room because, Or if I was into smoking dope, I would have probably sat down with them and smoked dope, but I wasn't. So my clean living got me on Hillary Clinton.